With many of Netflix's newest releases getting positive recognition, they may be moving away from the past stigma of producing bad movies. But their new movie, Polar, could counter that. Granted, it's nowhere near as bad as some critics might have you believe, but it's not very good either. It's based on a graphic novel about an assassin who is forced to retire because he's too old. However, his boss wants him dead so that he wouldn't have to pay him his retirement fund. Well, that sounds really stupid when you say it out loud. So why do I say that this isn't terrible? Well, for one thing, it has a great visual style. Director Jonas Ackerland has over 100 directing credits on his IMDb profile, and the vast majority of them are music videos. And he brings a lot of music video style visual flash to this. The cinematography always looks beautiful, even when the content gets kind of ugly. Also, Mads Mikkelsen from the Hannibal TV show makes a good action hero in the lead role. Unfortunately, where it goes wrong mostly lies in its indecisive tone. Most of the scenes involving Mikkelsen's character are dark and brooding. It's grounded in realism, and with a few exceptions, most notably a scene where he's talking to a group of children, the story is portrayed very seriously. But the rest of the movie plays out like a comedic grindhouse tribute a la Robert Rodriguez. The main bad guy is over the top, and there's a steady dosage of graphic sex and violence throughout. As a result, it isn't as ridiculous as it wants to be, nor is it a serious action movie. Also, a lot of the humor here just falls flat. The pacing is also too slow, and at almost 2 hours it feels a little too long for its own good, most noticeably in the long stretch where it alternates between the main character bonding with the love interest played by Vanessa Hudgens, and the bad guy's failed attempts to track him down. The romance doesn't pop because there aren't fully developed characters, and the bad guy scenes just feel kind of unnecessary. They're all pretty much the same thing. They go somewhere looking for their target but instead end up shooting someone else. They basically only exist because they figure people would lose interest if there isn't blood and gore every second scene. Also, despite all the bloody executions and the flashy style, there's a lack of real action sequences. The only one I can think of is the hallway fight, which is admittedly a good scene. Even the final showdown feels anticlimactic. It starts off with this really cool scene, and then they decide they couldn't possibly top it, so they pretty much just wrap it up. In conclusion, Polar is a visually stunning, gory, politically incorrect, stylized action movie, but suffers from serious tone and pacing issues. Mads Mikkelsen could make a good action hero, but this is not the movie to show him off in.